Hey guys! So for today's video, I kind of came up with this idea on a whim in my head. It's pulling from a couple different places. One, the wrap jacket things that I made a couple videos ago. And then I saw a video, I don't know who it is, it's not somebody I'm subscribed to, and I didn't even watch the whole thing, but she was talking about making house coats. And I know historically there are things that you can throw on to look presentable when having unexpected guests back in the Victorian era, Edwardian area, I think. So I kind of had this idea of a wrap coat dress thing. And I have some large sections of fabric. I think most of them are 4 yards. I did measure everything a while ago and then washed them, so I don't even know where I wrote them on the fabric in pencil, so either the pencil's gone or I don't know which edge it was on that I had written it. So I have 2 fabrics that I can't decide between. They're both Joann's quilting cotton that I bought during the closeout sale. We've got this one. It is from Keepsake Calico. So it is a vintage, feels like it's not even old enough, like an antique style print. I think I actually learned recently that calico is a name for a type of print, and it's this. And actually I got several that were like this, but there's this one that I'm not sure, and then there's this one, which is also a Keepsake Calico. So this one's a little bit of a subtler print, has some light green and orange flowers on it, whereas this one is a little bit more bold because it's got a white background with yellow orange flowers and greenery. So I'm not sure which one I want to do. They've both been washed. They both still need to be ironed, and the only reason why I didn't is because my iron is really old and it stopped working sort of in the last year or not. I'm pretty sure this iron is at least as old as I am, maybe older. It's the one that we've always had in this house. And for the longest time, we didn't really use it a lot. It was the iron that we only ever pulled out to iron a little bit of maybe a nice dress shirt or something like that. So most of my life I wasn't sewing, so I wasn't using an iron. It wasn't until I learned in high school that I really started ironing more. But even then, it didn't come out very often because I didn't have a dedicated place. So it would just go right back into the downstairs closet with the ironing board and would only come out for specific things. Ever since I moved up into this room and made it my craft room, the ironing board and the iron both came up with me, and it mostly sits out a lot of the time. And it worked really great. It had a really great steam function, pretty big reservoir. It's a small iron. I think that was more of the norm back then. And it worked great. And I don't know if it's because it was sitting with water in it more than it used to. Every time we used it, we had to dump any leftover water out while it was still hot, so it would steam dry the inside, which is definitely good practice, I think, for an old iron. I don't know about modern irons, but so it had a very long life because of this practice that we had. But in the recent years of me using it, it would sit out on the ironing board in the open, full of water, for days or weeks because I was working on sewing a lot of different stuff every week. I was doing something that was always needed, so there was no point in me putting it away. And especially before I redid the craft room, I had nowhere to put it anyway. It just lived on the ironing board, and the iron board just lived open. So a few years ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know when, it started leaking, and then it just could not hold water anymore. I remember going in and seeing a puddle of water just all around it. And so I haven't been able to have it with water in it anymore. And my only solution to get like a good iron on difficult creases is to spray it with a spray bottle. But doing that for an entire 4 yards of fabric, I did it with one. I washed a bunch of fabrics recently, and I did it with one of the 4 yards of fabric that I have, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this because it's spray, just constantly spraying, making sure it's got enough on there, and then ironing it and making sure it's dry because now it's actually wet. It's not just being steamed, and then moving the fabric to the next section. And it just took so much longer to have to spray it all and then iron it all. And that's why I never ironed these. But I did buy a new one. I haven't tested it yet. It's green. That was not a selling point. It was just a happy accident. I looked at reviews a couple of times. It's Black & Decker. I've looked at reviews a couple of times. I was looking for both like a good iron, but also reasonably priced because there are some really good irons out there and they are expensive. So, brand new iron. I'm going to test it out with this fabric and hopefully it works good. But yeah, I think I'm going to iron the fabric first and then start kind of figuring out the design because I don't quite know what I want yet.
Fruitful, you would not be able to pivot and do something. If it goes for, I will say, if you are into the, your life, you're like in one of the corners of a yellow
So, I don't know why I thought 4 yards of fabric was going to be enough for this dress. The plan was to use the crop top pattern for the top and then use my A-line skirt pattern for the skirt. And I was hoping that I would have enough fabric to cut out 3 panels of this skirt pattern, which I know for a fact that skirt pattern requires 3 yards to have 3 panels at full length. And I was fully prepared to make them shorter. I was going to be okay with that if they ended up shorter. But I don't know why I thought 4 yards was going to be enough when the shirt itself takes about 2 yards to make. So I ended up only being able to cut out 2 panels of the skirt. And I kept measuring things and I'm like, it'll work. And it's the skirt panel, you cut it on the fold. So you end up with some extra from the salvage side that is also kind of A-line shaped. So I said to myself, if it's not wide enough, I'll sew those extra pieces on reversed so that It continues to be A-line shaped, and it should be fine. It's not fine. It's nowhere near fine. It's too small. It's not enough fabric to reach the full length of the bottom edge of the top of the dress because of the extra width for the wraparound part. It's not even wide enough for the back panel on its own. Like, that's how little fabric there is. And I don't know, I know why I wanted to use that pattern piece, because I thought it would look really nice to be A-line, so a little bit more fitted at the waist and then flare out. I didn't want it to be one giant rectangle because I didn't think it would look good, and I would probably, I don't know, I assumed if it was a rectangle I would have to gather it, and I didn't want it to be gathered there because it's a wrap dress, and I just thought that would look weird. So it's not enough fabric to attach to the top. Fine, whatever, I'll make it 2-piece. I didn't want it to be 2 pieces, I'll make it 2-piece. I can't make it 2-piece. One panel isn't wide enough to even go around my waist, half of my waist, or, well, my hips. The widest part of me, it's not wide enough. It's literally unusable to me. I can't use it. It is too small. And at this point, seam ripping those extra pieces off, flipping them back the way they're supposed to be to maybe get enough width is such a gamble that I don't even see the point of it, because even if it is enough, the seam allowance to sew them back together might make it not enough. I wish I had done more measuring. I wish I had done actual, like, this is how wide the back panel of the top is. This is how wide the front panels of the top is. So I could then be like, yes, I need to use the full width of my fabric. I have no idea how wide this fabric is. I know for the back panel, it would have been wide enough because of the fact that the whole pattern piece, which is also placed on the fold, fits within the width of the fabric folded in half, salvage to salvage. I know that. So I knew it would fit across the back. For the front pieces, I don't know, because I extended them for the wrap feature. I don't know if it's worth it. Trying to sew it back into a rectangle, all the work I just did to sew it into this A-line with extra width, plus ironing, and now I have to undo it, sew it back together in the opposite way, and I'm just like, is it worth it? This is the second sewing project to go poorly this month. A couple of weeks ago, I tried to make something, and I fucked it up so much, I had to scrap the entire thing, because it was at the pattern planning stage that I messed up. There was no way I could fix it when I was almost done sewing it together. And now this one. I used to be able to wing it. I never had issues like this before. At least I didn't think I had issues like this before. I don't know what to do, but I don't want to scrap another project. All right, here it is. I give up. I don't even feel like making ties for this. I'm just so bummed by the fact that nothing worked. So I just quickly did all the hemming on the sleeves, the bottom, the front, and here it is. It's functionally a wrap thing. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. But I just don't feel like putting the ties on it. There's so much work involved in that, and I'm so over this. And I'm really bummed that this didn't work out the way that I wanted to. I thought it would be a really cute dress, and all I got out of this was this thing. Hopefully next week's project will go a lot better. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe something that's a lot more chill and doesn't require sewing, since my last few projects have all had sewing involved. I still want to make clothes for American Girl. I don't know if I mentioned it. I got a new one and I need to make clothes for them. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy sewing, crafts, or anything to do with dolls, please consider a follow. I upload every Sunday and I hope to see you there. Bye.